All right, and welcome in, welcome in. It is going down. Vernon Lane's Wake Up 502, Rashawn Myers, 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio. We are very, very excited to be here. We are getting ready to talk about some fights. Hey, Harrison, how are you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing great, man. You know, we love the fights. We've been covering boxing, MMA in the city of Louisville, actually in the state of Kentucky, for the past 15, 16 years. We're the only radio station that has covered literally every fight going on for the past 16 years here in the state of Kentucky. So we're excited once again to bring you more boxing in the city of Louisville. And this is going to be a big event, a very big event. It's going down April 19th at the Gillespie. Beautiful venue right there on Market Street in downtown Louisville, right next to
That's right, 421 Market Street. 421 Market Street. We'll be out there. The Gillespie is going to be super, super exciting.
Yes, great venue. We're excited to be there. This event is sponsored by the great one himself, the man to put Pensacola, Florida on the map, Roy Jones Jr. Now, he was supposed to be here today for a meet with Roy Jones Jr., but as you can tell, he is not here, even though this guy does a good impression of Roy. Unfortunately, Roy couldn't make it today. His flight got canceled coming to Louisville, so we'll try to effort to get him at a later date and time. Once again, we do apologize. I know we spent all morning long getting the flyers out, calling, texting people. And we had people coming in from Detroit, flying in from Detroit. Actually, flew in. He got here Monday.
Yes.
To come see Roy. He just left out this morning. So, Jay, I forgot about you. We'll make sure that you get to see Roy Jones Jr. We got you, guys. So don't worry about it. We got you.
Absolutely.
So, we had a couple of guys coming in town. They've left. But that's okay. Like I said, we'll do everything we can to get Roy back in town for another meet and greet. So that's something we can work on later. But right now, let's talk about this fight coming up April 19th. But before we do that, before we talk about the fight, let's introduce our good friend here, Mr. Greg Fonte, with the Global Sports Commission. Let me tell you, these guys do great work. We worked with Lisa before on some of her other fights where she was working with James Dixon. When they brought Evander Holyfield, and that's our listeners know, we took Evander Holyfield all around Louisville for the two fights he came here. One we came here with Freedom Hall, and then a couple years ago we came back with the Young Center. We were the guys that took him all over the city of Louisville, to barbershops, to mega churches, clubs, and everything else, introducing the community. So we worked with you guys before. It's good to work with you guys again.
Well, it's great to be here. Thanks for having us, fellas. We appreciate your support of the commission. The support of combat sports. For us at the Sports Commission, we're all sports centric. It doesn't matter what the sport is: bat, ball, stick, gloves, no gloves, you name it. For us at the Sports Commission, we just like to have a great menu of diverse sports happening in Louisville. And man, we've had a good run here recently in this space. We got with this fight coming up. We got LFA coming back to town to Freedom Hall soon. We're excited about the LFA in Freedom Hall, but for today's show, it's interesting to me the parallels that we're running with James and Carlos. That now we're running with Sparrow and Price. Who knows where we would have been with Carlos Dixon had the pandemic not happened.
Yes.
He was on the rise.
I'll never forget the night that he flew in from Kingston, Jamaica, with the belt. And Louisville had another world champion, even though it was the youth world championship. You can't throw shade on that. I mean, the young man was walking the walk and talking the talk and doing the deed, and then COVID happened, and it crushed all of that because he had to take care of his family and get a job that didn't allow him to continue to train and to fight. But here we are. again, and it's the parallels to me. I get goosebumps when I think about it. It's another great dad who's taken his son under his wings for a lot of reasons. And you're going to get to interview them, so I'm not going to steal any of that thunder. But I will tell you that this is a kid that reminds me of Los. Very humble, very driven. He seems to be. He's got ice in his veins, and I think he's going to be the kid that gets in the ring and he's a stone cold killer. I wouldn't want to be the person that gets in that ring with him. He's got over 140 amateur fights, and the kid knows what it's like to get in a boxing ring and strap it up and get after it. And so to have him making his pro debut at the Gillespie here in a couple of weeks in Louisville, Kentucky, not far from where the champ grew up. There's some great parallels between Roy Jones Jr. and Muhammad Ali in the Olympics. We could talk for a long time about the two of them and what the Olympics meant and how it launched them and how it motivated them. But for today, let's talk about these folks that are in and gonna make for a special night at the Gillespie.
But Greg, it's definitely one of those things where when you talk about the city of Louisville, the home of 4 heavyweight champions, it's a very special place for boxing. You have
the only city in the world that have 4 heavyweight champions.
Rarefied air.
Rarefied air.
That's what we're breathing. And
Moscow hasn't done it.
No.
Paris hasn't done it.
No.
New York hasn't done it.
Philly
hasn't done it. Only Louisville, Kentucky can say we have 4 heavyweight champions. Would it have 5? Because the greatest of them all, Rudell Stitch, unfortunately, drowned in Ohio River trying to save some other folks from drowning. Because from what I've been told, Ali could never beat him.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
Yeah, a real deal.
Yeah.
And so it's our legacy is long and strong, but I think what Carlos did is he woke up some sleeping giant in the fact that boxing can be successful here, and Louisville still has great roots. And there's a lot of good promoters in Louisville, Kentucky that are producing events week in and week out that are great fights. If you're a boxing fan, you don't have to go without seeing some great fights in our community. But rarely do they step up to this level where we got a young man making his pro debut in a very unique historic venue and has caught the attention of somebody like Roy. And so anytime somebody like Roy Jones looks at you and says that young man can fight, you got to pay attention because he knows what it takes in the ring.
I would think he knows a thing or two about throwing a punch.
Yeah, I don't want to be on the receiving end.
Absolutely. And of course, for everybody that's joining us across the web, whether it be on X, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube, please make sure you send out your comments, thoughts, give those shout outs, and we'll definitely make sure you give you guys do. Appreciate everybody tuning in. You can get folks that are checking us out. We got the viewer numbers just going up and up and up, on a Tuesday afternoon. That it's something special, and we want to make sure that we put a showcase to this great event coming up on April 19th.
Oh, no doubt, because we're sending this out live to our 5,000 plus subscribers. So we're excited for everybody to tune in. We're not watching it now. We're going to watch it later because we touched everybody we possibly could about what's coming on the Gillespie. And the great thing about the fight at the Gillespie is that this is like a black tie affair, right? So this is like your Vegas fights, where everybody gets dressed up to come and hang out to watch a great night of boxing. It's in a great venue. If you haven't been to Gillespie before, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous venue. And the fight's the 19th or the 18th, the day before, we're going to have the weigh-in at Derby City Gaming. If you haven't been to Derby City Gaming downtown, you're missing out. Once again, another beautiful venue, both inside and out. Great place to be, great atmosphere, great employees. You have to be there to kind of catch everything. And you want to be there for everything, right? For the weigh-in and for the fight night itself.
Absolutely. And of course, Greg, the Sports Commission does so many great things and has so many great events. And I always look forward to everything that you guys are doing. I know that you're going to be very busy with events upcoming. For folks that want to stay in touch or see what's going on, what's the best way for everybody to check out what the Sports Commission has going on?
Well, I think the best way is to go to our website. I mean, it lists all of the upcoming events that we have a relationship with that we're helping produce. It's got information about the events that we own and operate. We have a healthy lifestyle initiative at the Sports Commission to get Louisville active, to get people up and moving and accountable for their daily step count for a better, healthier, happier life. And so, things like the Urban Bourbon Half Marathon, it's award-winning, best post-race party in America at 4th Street Live. It's 4,000 folks that'll finish at 4th Street Live, and we do bourbon tastings, and we have the crashers, and we blow the roof off the joint at 9 o'clock in the morning. Nothing like drinking bourbon in Kentucky at 9 o'clock in the morning after you run 13 miles.
Only in Kentucky.
Only in Kentucky. Only in Kentucky. These guys do great work. We had a couple of folks on when you guys had the fencing here.
USA Fencing. Yeah.
USA Fencing had a couple of fencers on.
Sure. North American Cup. We had USA Gymnastics in this year for a national championship. At the convention center downtown, we had USA Cycling National Championship at Joe Creason Park for the cyclocross national championships in December. We finished last year off with a record-setting NCAA volleyball Division I women's national championships. Set every record known to the NCAA for that volleyball tournament. Highest attendance, the PGA Championship was here this last year. The largest UFC fight night in the history of fight night. The highest grossing single event at the KFC Yum Center. Think about that. Was the highest grossing event since 2010.
That's
was
amazing.
The UFC fight night. So combat sports are alive and well, and people are consuming it in our community. And a lot of it, I have to give credit to folks like you guys that care about it and spread the word around this community, so people understand what's coming up, what's relevant, where it is, and for us, it's just all about the partners in this community. We have a little something for everybody. If you're a cyclist, if you're a volleyball player, if you're a fencer, if you're a boxer, you name it.
We got you covered.
We're trying to cover you and be sure that you have something of interest to you to make Louisville the great city that we are. We're a great sports town in America. And I'm just lucky enough to be at the Sports Commission trying to lead the charge and do more of it.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Absolutely. No, and we definitely appreciate you. We appreciate all your hard work. We, of course, eat, drink, and live sports at all times. So this is it's a match made in heaven. Great. So definitely appreciate you. Thank you for everything that you do. Continue to keep us in mind if you guys have anything upcoming. We definitely want to make sure we get the word out.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Oh,
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thanks, fellas.
Yeah, because we've been almost every event that you named. So
Love it.
and we're excited. We're excited. Now, come up to the stage next. Let's bring the guy who put everything together. You know what? I'm about to pull a.
Okay, go ahead. Hey, you are the architect.
I'm about to pull
You're the OG, so go
Let's
ahead.
bring Price up. The man who's gonna put it all on the line.
That's right.
Gonna put it all on the line. April 19th.
That's right.
At the Gillespie. His first pro fight. Nicholas pro debut. And for a lot of people out there who don't know, and we mentioned this on the radio, but for those of us on the internet right now watching this, listening to us, usually when you come out with your first fight, your first professional fight, you fight a 4-round fight because you need to work into it, right? You need to prepare yourself. It's grueling, it's tiring.
Yeah, no headgear.
No headgear. You're training at a different level for the very first time. So normally, if you're a fighter that has something to prove, that has a lot of talent, you only fight a 4-round fight for your first 3 or 4 fights. Then you work your way up to 8. Then you slowly work your way up to a full 10-round fight. That may take you a good almost 10, 12 fights before you work your way up to that point. And then when you start now, a lot of times I like to start with bums, right? I like to start out with guys who are over 52 that's been knocked out like.
Let's not call them bums. Like jobbers. Jobbers, guys that go out there.
They're jobbers, you're journeymen.
There you go. Ham and eggers, man.
Ham and eggers, you're journeymen. Right? Like that's how you usually want to start your pro career. But you decided something completely different, right? You're fighting a guy that has experience, that is 2-0 himself. Has already been approached, already been training, and you're fighting like a 6-round fight, your first fight. That's insane.
Yeah, it is. I feel like I'm ready for it though. I know I'm ready for it because I be sparring 12, 15 rounds, so 6 rounds ain't gonna be nothing.
Amazing. So, like, have you got a chance of watching him film on your opponent? You know what kind of fighter he is?
Yes, sir. I watch film. He's like more of a pressure fighter, but we like those. We like those type of fighters. You know, we make them run into their mistakes, so it should be easy.
Okay, well, it should be easy. I love the confidence. So those are no pressure fight. That guy's gonna be in your face. He's gonna be on. He's gonna try to smother you with punches, kind of try to wear you out and make because the pressure bust pipes, as they say in sports. So a pressure fighter wants to put pressure on you to make you make mistakes, to catch you slipping, and then once you catch you slipping, to put you to sleep. But you're ready for it.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
All right, good. So tell us, for those out there who don't know who Bryce Farr is, tell us about yourself. Like, why did you get in the boxing? What made you decide I want to get in the ring?
My dad, he always watched boxing. Like he stayed watching boxing, and as a little kid, I was just watching it with him at times. And I was getting picked on and bullied at school, so I asked him to go. It took a few times to ask for sure, but when he finally let me go to the gym, I fell in love with it ever since. You know, I had over 140 fights. We lost count after like 100, so it just
Oh, wow.
went under the rug. But I got over 140 fights, 3 national titles. We got 7 regional titles, 9 state titles. So I'm pretty well known in the amateurs. And we just felt like we didn't have nothing else to prove. So we just, turned that leaf, and now we're going pro.
Okay, so now it's our time to go pro. Now it's our time to make your pro debut. And this fight, if you look at all the flyers and everything else, is brought to you by Roy Jones Jr. How did you guys get connected with Roy Jones Jr.? You guys all up here in Louisville, Kentucky, yes, it's gym in Pensacola, Florida. But how did you guys like to get involved and make that connection?
So my very first opponent for my first amateur fight, that was Roy's fighter. So
Okay.
And then my dad and his dad just been cool. And then my dad's top level coach, his dad's a top level official at like national tournaments. And then we just, hit up him because Roy trains his son. And then we went out there, sparred. Roy seen how good I was, and he was like, "Yeah, feel me? What y'all gonna do with this kid?" And then that's what it is now.
So,
Okay.
so let me ask you, Price, just, the fact that, one of the greatest pound for pound fighters of all time has that belief in you and is willing to put his name behind your debut. How does that make you feel just as a young up and coming fighter about to make your debut on it?
And it made me feel great. Like it's crazy. It ain't really hit me yet, but I know it's gonna hit me. But it feels great. It's like if you was a basketball player, you hooping with Jordan or something.
Yes.
Like you look up to Jordan or you feel me, LeBron or something like that. So
I'm waiting for you to say LeBron. You were kind of young to say Jordan.
Yeah.
But
You said the right name first. You said the right name first.
It's amazing for real. It's amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, all right, Bryce. So, talk about. I want to know the nuts and bolts because everybody watches the movies. They've seen like Rocky, we've seen like Creed, and we see the training montages and everything that these guys are. Are you waking up in the morning and drinking like raw eggs? Like, talk about your regimen. Talk about what you do on a daily basis and what you've done to kind of ramp yourself up and get yourself ready for this fight on the 19th.
I mean, it's somewhat similar, but like what they show on the movies, it'd be like, how do I say it? They overdo it a little bit. Like raw eggs.
so I'm assuming you're not strapping your dad's blazer to your back and pulling it uphill.
Nah, nothing like that. But it's like some stuff similar, like, wake up, eat some eggs, and you run. Like, we up early, though, like, some 6 o'clock in the morning stuff. After that first workout, you rest for 2-3 hours, and you back in the gym, going crazy. And then you will rest for another 2-3 hours, and you back in the gym. So it's like 3 times a day training. Mainly consists of cardio, bag work, sparring here and there. A lot of cardio for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of cardio. And watching what you eat. Like that's the worst part of boxing. Like boxers, you would think from the outside looking in is getting punched in the face. That don't hurt at all.
Yeah.
It's the food that you can't eat. Like I be wanting a triple cheeseburger, like but I can't eat it.
It's not happening.
It's not happening until like after my fight. But yeah, the diet definitely the hardest part for sure.
Okay.
So of all the fights you've been in, over 140 amateur fights.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what to you is like the hardest part about the fight game? What's the thing that you like least look forward to?
Definitely cutting weight. Like you talking about like physical or like
Just anything.
anything? Yeah, cutting weight. Like sometimes like it'd be a day you can't eat or you gotta watch it for like 2 months. Like that's a long time, especially as a kid. I be wanting candy, snacks, ice cream. You can't have none of that till after. So
Discipline.
yeah, discipline for sure. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let me ask you, just as a fighter, if I'm your opponent, okay, what is the biggest thing? If you were to ask one of your opponents, what's the biggest thing they worry about when they get in the ring with you? What is the thing they're going to notice about you? What is your calling card? What makes you a great fighter?
A lot of after I get out the ring with a lot of people, they tell me I'm strong and I'm fast. So you feel me? It ain't too much you can prepare for in trying to like get out the way of my power or my speed.
Everybody got a plan until they get hit.
Yeah, everybody got a plan until they get hit. It's just about how you feel me, carry yourself after you get hit. Because you're gonna get hit. It don't matter if you got head movement and defense like Floyd, you're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
So let me ask you, because that's kind of what's going to be my follow-up. It's just, this is going to be your first fight without headgear. Is there any nervousness there? I know that we spoke with your mom on the show on Saturday on Wake Up 502, and she mentioned you not having headgear on about 7 times in a 2 or 3 minute interview. Just kind of, is there any nervousness there? How do you feel about that side of it? How do you mentally prepare for your first actual fight without the headgear on?
I mean, it just it is what it is. I've been getting hit since I was 9, so it ain't gonna be nothing too new. I don't get hit a lot though, so
Yeah.
you feel me? I just wanna. I don't really know. Like we just gonna have to see, but I don't think I'm gonna get hit.
I like that.
I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that. So, like, what would be like your fighting style? You have some boxers that defensive boxers, like, you have some guys that
Like Mayweather.
very good defensive fighter. You have offensive fighters like Pacquiao who will smother you with 1,000,000 punches. So, like, what's kind of like your style of fighting?
I can really do it all, but I'm more of a counter puncher. Like I'm gonna see what you feel me. I'm gonna pick up on your mistakes. I'm gonna let you do you for a little bit, but when I catch you, it's gonna be rough. So I'll say like I'm a counter puncher.
Have you got a good nickname yet?
The postman. Yes, sir. I think we're gonna ride with that one.
You're right, the postman. So
Postman.
why the postman?
Whatever Pop set me out to do, I'm gonna deliver. Like whether it's knock somebody out, whether it's just box, whatever you tell me to do, I'm gonna deliver no matter what.
So do you have like postman themed trunks at the?
Oh yes, sir. It's on the front of the trunks. Y'all see April 19th.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about. So I guess I'll be like postman gear, man, like jerseys and t-shirts and whatnot. So I'm like a mail carrier.
Yes, sir. That'd be hard. That's what I was thinking about at first.
They get excited.
I like that.
Postman gear. Yeah, I can do something like that.
Delivering the bad news.
Yeah.
Delivering the bad news. I like that.
Come a little post satchel. Some gloves in there. Get ready. I like it. There you go. You know what? Let's bring up the promoter here, the guy who's helping to put this fight together. He's also streaming this live.
Absolutely. Let's get
Your
going.
father, the man, the
Yes.
myth legend himself.
He's doing everything. He's wearing all the hats. Even though I will say that his wife, aka Price's mom, did a better job promoting this event than even Kelvin did. So I told her that I was going to let you know when you came up there. I know that you are doing the promotion and doing the managing, but hey, she's very well schooled. She came out there and was selling, ice to the Eskimos. She did an awesome job.
She's good. She's good at doing that for sure. So, thanks for the help. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So why don't you give us a rundown of what people can expect April 19th?
Well, April 19th, you can expect a great fight for one out of all the fighters that's part of the card. It's going to be at a very prestige building, which is the Gillespie downtown, 421 Market Street. So it's going to be a great night. Roy Jones, the legend himself, definitely going to be in the building. He's also going to be a part of Price as well. The team is, and just everything that's set out to be, to bring the city back to life. That's what we're going to do as a team, and with the help of the commission, sports commission, the boxing commission, you guys, the radio station, and all the supporters, and those that help along bring the event. We're trying to bring something big to Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay, now tell us a little bit about where can we get tickets, what times the fight start, like all the important stuff. So all our listeners out there, everybody can be like, yo, I'm on it.
You can go to Eventbrite, just on the search engine, search block. You can type in Roy Jones Jr. Presents. Stroll down, and your ticket of purchase of choice. You can get it, and it's a black tie event. We can't forget that. You know what I mean? So definitely come dressed to impress, and you know what I mean. A lot of beautiful people. Very top level people that's out of the city that want to bring boxing back as well. That's why they're gonna be there. So it's gonna be a lot of things going on.
Okay. So you get tickets at Eventbrite, and you can also get tickets at wakeup502.com. We got the flyer on our website. So you go to wakeup502.com, kind of scroll down a little bit. You'll see the flyer. You can't miss because Roy Jones Jr. named at the very top. There's a QR code. Go ahead and scan it. Come on to the fight. So doors open there at 6 o'clock, correct?
6 o'clock. You can come in there, get you a drink, little cocktail hour. You can get feeling good right before the big event. Nice food, nice people, can socialize. Gonna probably brush into some of the people that you may know. Just probably looking a little different, being that it's gonna be a black tie event, but it's gonna be a special night.
Okay, so now heard there's something going on after the fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be like an after party. So after the fight, everything gonna pretty much get broke down immediately, and it's gonna become sort of like a social hour. So those that's companion together, or just if you're an individual, gonna be some good music, and we're just gonna chat the night away and just make this event end the way it should.
Now, do you also have like a VIP tables and all that stuff?
Yeah, you can get VIPs. We looking to bring in more tables now because, as expected, things are sold a little bit more than expected. So we're gonna be moving some things around later this week. So yeah, there's gonna be tables, a lot of top level officials, to include Mr. Greg Fonte, the athletic commissioner here himself, and several of his people that's working there. A good lot of people that's big people in the city gonna be there. The mayors from Hardin County, JJ Duval, he support Price, been supporting Price since he been an amateur. We just got a lot of people that support, and a lot of people that's gonna be in the house. So with boxing in Louisville, I don't even never want to say it was or is and gonna be, but boxing is in Louisville. And we're gonna prove that. Extra 19.
So, like, if you were to get a VIP table, like, what kind of things like would you get with on your table there?
So, along with the VIP, Roy, you definitely get to meet and greet with Roy.
What?
Yeah, for sure. Roy Jones Jr. definitely in the building. And as we was on the interview last week or so, I guess you say he'll be there kissing babies.
Yeah, shake hands, kissing babies.
Yeah, but Roy definitely be in the building. We got Bel Air, which is a signature champagne brand that's being given out, glasses of champagne to all the VIP. We're gonna have a toast, free food for VIP, free drinks.
Free food and drinks?
Yeah, free food and drinks for VIP. So it's gonna be a nice turnout. Good singing gonna be there. Good speakers gonna be there to uplift the community and things of that nature. So it's great all the way around.
Oh, there we go.
So Kelvin, let me ask you. I want to take it back because it's a very special thing to be able to put your son in a position to be able to do what he's doing right now. Kind of go back to your vision of what you saw, how this whole journey got started. When you felt this was something that you really wanted to push, and you had the vision that you could have a son make a professional debut in the fighting city of Louisville, Kentucky, now on April 19th.
It started way back, man. I really can't just go too far in detail of how far because sometimes along the journey you just forget how things started just because you're just so focused on where you at and what you need to do. But it started when Price was a young kid, 8, 9 years old, and we was actually living in Columbus, Georgia at that time. My wife was currently deployed, you know what I mean, and I just didn't know he was being bullied at school. So by him being bullied, it got to a point where Price, was sleeping with a knife type stuff, it just got pretty deep, and I didn't even know. But, not to get too deep into that, but it just became something where he just became so adamant about the YMCA that we had him going to, and it was a gym close by, and he was very adamant every day, over adamant. Hey, can we go to this boxing gym? You know what I mean? So he just got getting so adamant, it actually raised a concern to me, like, man, why are you trying to, keep pushing this issue? And long story short, just one day I was working, as a contractor. I had some equipment on me that day when going to test, and he asked me, and it just, halted me in my tracks. And I'm like, I take you to this gym and you quit, we got a major issue. And from there, you know, the story went, his amateur career came, and my wife, she PCS, we came here in 2016, and that's when Price developed as a full-fledged boxer and a champion, and now we're ready to showcase our talents on the next level.
Okay. So like what gym does, because every boxer always likes to rep their gym. So let's rep your gym. So tell us about your gym, where it is, how people can get there, what happened, all that good stuff.
Yeah, we got our own gym, Sparrow Boxing Club. It's in Radcliffe, Kentucky, right literally outside of Fort Knox Gate. It's located at 569 Knox Boulevard. Again, like I said, in Radcliffe, Kentucky. We got great community support there. The mayor and all, you know, the media team, you know, the town representatives, they support us greatly. We got from executives in the gym to small kids, 5 years old and up. So
now, Hershey Fighters are so good, they actually hired you guys out to protect the gold in Fort Knox. Is that true?
I tell you what, if anybody can protect him, I can't. Price can though. That's for sure. You know, Price, and then I know Roy still got to look at that from him. So Roy was down that way too. So Price and Roy, I take my bets with them guys protecting that gold.
There you go. Now this was supposed to be a meet and greet with Roy Jones Jr. So just kind of explain kind of like what happened. We know his fight got canceled. Kind of explain what happened to all our listeners out there that kind of hoping to see Roy today, but.
Well, when it comes to Roy, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. This is definitely unfortunate. You know what I mean? It's nothing to do with nobody. It's just the weather. It's just, you know, how things were. Roy was definitely supposed to be here. Roy is gonna come here just at a later time. But Roy, you know, Roy had some things going on as far as he was upset himself personally about not being able to make it. You know, his executive is here, right over there. He flew in from New Jersey. That's the one who handled all the business for Roy. So I don't think nobody in these times today got any money to throw away, and I don't think the executive just threw money away to come here without Roy.
That's
so,
right.
You know, Roy was flying out of Pensacola. His executive is out of New Jersey, so he's here. It's unfortunate Roy not here, but we got to keep the train rolling. That's what fighters do. When they get in the ring, they can't expect something to be easy. If it happens to get hard, we got to be able to change those dynamics and be ready for it. A situation like this, we just got to keep the ball rolling, and when Roy come back in time, we're gonna pick it up where we thought we would have continued from that point and go from there. But yeah, it's unfortunate. We appreciate everybody that was expecting Roy. Roy will be here. Trust me. Whatever happened, whatever you invested, whatever your time schedule was that you set aside, please pick it back up, because next week Roy will be in town Wednesday, Thursday. And then the fight coming in, so he'll be in town several days next week, and we're gonna make up a lot of things that we missed out on this week.
Good deal.
Absolutely, and I just want to give a shout out once again to Vernon Lanes. Thank you so much for allowing us to come out and set up, and the host Price and Kelvin and the Sports Commission and everybody who made their way down here. 1575 Story Avenue, going down live. Got like I said, the viewer numbers just continue to roll up and up and up. So appreciate you guys taking a little bit of time out on your Tuesday afternoon to join us. Haven, we've been a part of a lot of debuts and very special opportunities.
Yeah, we covered Carlos Dixon. Talk about Carlos Dixon a while ago. We covered his first fight. We've covered when he got signed with Real Good Holyfield. We were there.
Yes, and it's a city that gets behind your action sports, whether it be boxing, whether it be MMA. It's a very passionate base.
Yeah, like if you see any of the fights we cover, like when Juicy made his pro debut, and we've covered his fights. So Lasse Bay, when he made his pro debut, we were there. These are like Louisville legends. Moten, heavyweight. We were there when he won a title.
Yes.
We've been all over. We got with Mile, our country's from home, Serbia.
Yeah.
When he made his pro debut in front of like everybody from Serbia, I think
unbelievable.
In the state was there. We were there calling the fight. We were really ringside calling the fight. We were there. So, we've been doing this for 16 years, from MMA to boxing. We've done kickboxing, wrestling. Like, we've done it all. And I'm telling you, like, we've seen the best events. And this event going to Gillespie is going to be magical. It's one that's never been a fight at the Gillespie before. And it's an incredible venue. And it's very intimate, right? So, like, every seat is a good seat. So when you go, you're going to be very intimate. you're gonna be close to the stage, and you've never been to like a professional fight before. You know, it's amazing how different it is than it is in person. How much better it is than it is in person. Because you see guys get hit, you see sweat really just fly off their foreheads when they get hit.
It's an electric atmosphere, you know.
Yeah,
The fans get into
everybody's
it.
excited, everybody's into it, everybody's cheering, everybody's getting into it. You got Roy Jones Jr. is gonna be there, you know, shaking hands, kissing babies, getting people elbow bumps and hip tosses and everything else. So that's gonna be awesome. I'm telling you, man, this is like a world-class event, and you're going to be there. April 19th at the Gillespie. Doors open at 6. You can get your tickets from Wake Up 502.
And fight started at 7, correct? Fight started at 7?
Yeah, fight starts at 7, doors open at 6. Yeah.
And please don't be some of those fight fans. We know about what's to come for the main event to see Price and his pro debut, but like don't come like halfway through the card. You know, get there early, get there soon. You know, especially get a VIP table, man. This guy's giving out free drinks. Like, nobody gives out free drinks at VIP tables like at any event. I mean, it's giving out free drinks. I'm just saying. Like
Right, the VIP table. So make sure, he said he's bringing in more tables. So obviously the VIP has been going very, very well. So you're going to want to make sure you get out there, Eventbrite, get those tickets as soon as possible because it's guaranteed, like Haven said, with it being a very intimate venue, things are going to get sold out. So make sure you get in there early.
Yeah, like I said, we can go to eventbrite.com, search Roy Jones Jr., or to make it easy on yourself, go to main event sports.com, or you can go to wakeup502.com on the website. It's right there. Click on the flyer, and you're good to go.
So Kelvin, I do want to ask you, but before we get out of here, I do want to ask you about your relationship with the local sports commission and you know kind of what they've done to continue to help put this event on and get work on you guys' relationship to get you the best turnout possible.
Well, the Louisville Sports Commission, I don't even know where to begin. Like, just the doors they done opened up for us, you know, with Greg, his staff. The Louisville Sports Commission, Athletic Commission, I'm gonna be honest, is a hidden gem in this community. And when I say hidden, I'm not meaning they hiding or running from anybody. They are open to make all events, you know, more plethora for the community and you know, just more entertainment for just the enjoyment of us as a people, you know. So with me meeting Greg and you know, introducing me to Miss Lisa and the rest of the team, it's just been a blessing. And then to help me out, just organize my personal way of moving about with this event throughout their city. And I say their city because when you talk about sports, you can't talk about sports without talking about the athletic commission.
Yes.
And they are the ones who bring in big sports, they support big sports, and they put them on a platform to be, you know, looked at in a certain way through the public. So I appreciate them for, you know, just giving us a platform, taking Price up under their wing and understanding it, you know, seeing that his amateur career and put him into a position to be a local star. And with their, you know, push and the power that they do have and the positions they can put us in to display those, you know, our skill sets, which, you know, mainly is Price's, you know, in the black minds of you guys, Terry Miners and ESPN Radio and things of that nature, man. You can only imagine stuff like this coming out of the amateurs with your first fight, the Gillespie, the middle heart of Louisville, Kentucky, the sports and social club, you know, the bar here in town that held the press conference for us, you know, Roy Jones Jr., you know, backing this young man, his assistant, executive assistant, Mr. Ed Keenan, coming out of New Jersey. It's just a big thing overall. So, you know, with the sports commission overall, Roy's assistant, executive assistant, just now meeting him today. And I can only imagine how much of a kindle that's going to bring even more with him just fully collabing as well. So I think big things going to happen here in Kentucky and also Louisville, Kentucky with Bryce Bell and Roy Jones Jr.
Absolutely. So, you know, as I think about this, and I know we're going to be signing off here soon, but if there was anything that you wanted to do to talk about, whether it be with your son or what folks are going to see, what would be your message to get out to the folks to what they can expect to see there on Saturday on the 19th?
I think what everybody will see is just the community coming together, supporting not just Price, but a local event that's meant to just make everybody just feel whatever you got going on that week, earlier that month, that day, let's just forget that when you walk through the door, and let's just have a little bit of fun, have a little bit of time just to reflect on the moment versus what happened earlier or before that day. Because this event is bigger than boxing, and then that's one of my things that I preach in my gym. This bigger than boxing. It's life. You know what I mean? And once you just direct everything towards life and the forward progress of that, you know what I mean? You forget that you're at a boxing event and you realizing where I'm at is changing my life. And that's what I want this whole event to be. I want people to come dressed up. Even though if you not that important, I want you to feel that important that night by the way you walk in the door and the way you be treated and the way you surrounded by other people. So it's bigger than price, it's bigger than me. It's just something that we want to corral the community together. So once all that comes together, we can create a store and then everything else can follow behind that.
I like that. Hey, and don't forget, even though they canceled Thunder over Louisville, there's still going to be fireworks on April 19th.
There you go.
Well, Kelvin, definitely appreciate you. Definitely appreciate Greg for coming out and being a part of this event. Appreciate Price taking some time out of his training schedule. Thanks to everybody who came out and showed up. Really, really appreciate you guys. Hey, can we get a little noise from the crowd? We're going to get Jay.
Oh, guess what? Dignitaries in the house. Jay, why don't you come on up?
Come on up. Come on up.
Yeah, come on up, Jay.
Jay, come on up as well. Come on up here, Jay. Come on. There we go. We're gonna get you fellas on here.
I'm gonna get off here. Take my spot right here in the middle. Come on.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Come on in here, Jay Has.
Yeah, we're right here in the middle. Come on.
Absolutely.
Don't be scared. I don't
Slide on in there. You don't bite.
Yeah, we good.
We're gonna bring you in here, man. You gotta
So
get
you
in.
want to talk about me, I do in radio, right? We're going to talk about this prestigious event taking place April the 19th. But anyway, we got Mr. Gary here from the Cigar, Sean Meyer.
Okay, Gary, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm great, man. How are you all?
Doing well, man. It's been a wonderful day so far, man.
Oh man, that's very wonderful, man. I'm just now hearing about Price, man. And I'm excited to see what he's going to do, man. I didn't know all this was going on here in Louisville.
Tell us a little bit about who is Mr. Gary? What is Mr. Gary doing?
Oh man, Gary Lopes. Well, it depends which one you ask.
Gary Lopes.
Gary Lopes Premium Cigars, man. Been rated some of the best cigars in the world by the Cigar Journal magazine. My last cigar was rated I think September. They came out with their 30th anniversary of the Cigar Journal magazine, and out of all the 60 cigars that made it in the magazine, I was the only one from the United States in there.
Wow.
So last year alone, man, I was named the official cigar of the Super Bowl Gift Lounge, the official cigar of the West Coast Hip Hop Awards, where I got the Cigar of the Year award. We were featured at the Nation of Basketball Hall of Fame Golf Classic. They was hosted by Dr. J. That was amazing, man. I was featured at the PGA tournament and the Kentucky Derby.
Wow. Hey, Jay Has, that sounds like there's gonna be some winning, some fight winners cigars handed out on April 19th. That sounds like a match made in heaven right
Don't
there.
get me in trouble, man. But daddy can smoke.
Yeah, you can hold it. You can't light it. You can just hold it. Yeah.
This woman that keeping cigar and a cup of bourbon, boy, like Shirley Temple tap dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm excited to see you, man. This is so amazing.
Gary, well, we really appreciate all the things you do, not just locally, but international as well too. Things you've done, things you've discovered, things in your story, things in your history, things you do with cigars, man. We want to appreciate you, man, because everywhere you everywhere, man. There you are. I click on social media, boom, you there.
Yeah. Well, I'm supposed to be at work right now, though, man.
But you like Genie in the bottle, you there?
Yeah, man. I'm supposed to be at work, but I'm working with them. Y'all ain't listening to this right now. They supposed to be working too, though.
We're broadcasting everywhere, so you know.
Hey, man, listen, man. I do want to send a message out that we are trying to turn Louisville into a bourbon and cigar destination, man. They just passed the bill that exempts cigar lounges from a statewide smoking ban. A lot of these cities, man, I go to, they have cigar weeks and stuff, so I want to have a bourbon and cigar week here in Louisville, man. So Louisville, we are unique to any other city in the world, man, because we're the bourbon capital of the world, so why not take advantage of this? We bringing boxing back. We bringing bourbon and cigars, man. Louisville is on trajectory, man, to do some amazing stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes. And I'm just now finding out about too that, man, got me excited about the city right now too, man. So you all keep up the good work too and keep getting the word out, man. Thanks for letting me come on, man, and just say my little name, get my name out there just a little bit, man. It's hard out here for I ain't a pimp though, man.
Hey, we need that promotion, you know, everybody needs that, man.
At the end of the day, I'm still a small based business, man, trying to get access to funds and stuff, man. Just like everybody else, man. I made Roy a personalized box here too, so I do personalized boxes as well.
Awesome.
In the closing remarks, tell us how to get in contact and information.
Oh man, Gary Lopes Premium Cigars everywhere. Gary L-O-K-S, not Locks, Lopes Premium Cigars. GaryLopes.com. Gary Lopes Premium Cigars on all social media.
There we go. There we go. And Jay Has, before we get out of here, I just want to take the opportunity. You were the spearhead for being able to put this whole event together, the meet and greet, and being able to help Price and Kelvin get their, get the event out, get the word out. So first of all, I just wanted to thank you for all of your hard work with putting this together and just kind of talk about what this event means to you in terms of being able to help get the word out about what's going on.
Well, you want to see a prestigious event. And boxing is still here in Louisville, still alive. And I just went and talked to, I was telling this earlier today with a friend of mine over at the bar, and I said, man, credit card like having cash. You got good friends and relationships. And that's all I wanted to do was to build on my relationships that I have with so many people and bring continuity, bring content to the forefront and say, hey, let's do an event here. Let's try to figure out and help this young man pursue his dream of having a fighter here in Louisville, Kentucky, or across the country, whatever. But anyway, it means a lot to me, man. I had to take the time to talk to Rashawn and Hayden and see they come to agreement and doing this. They always open arms, and they always have an indoor invitation. Things are going on. So that's what I did. I spearheaded a lot of good friends of mine, man, including you, Gary, and you came out. My buddy over from Iroquois, he's already eating good. And, But that's what it's about, man. Bring people together in the wilderness, what I call it, and flying out like an eagle.
I appreciate you bringing me on the platform, man.
Oh, man, Gary.
Your platform to highlight people like us,
Gary,
man. Out here
absolutely.
Things, man. We appreciate it.
What this Wake Up 502 Sports Show and I ready to do, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's going down.
Unbelievable. Because this is our busy season. We're going to
Derby time.
We're going Friday to the Gallup Gala, and for Down syndrome. I've been a part of Down syndrome for 12 years, and just showing young people, man. So many talented young people. And what's so funny and what's so good about it, Gary, they are the celebrities for their own gala.
Yeah.
And me and Rashawn have been a part of Down for almost 12, 15 years we've done it. But this is when we get into the hot beat of what we do for the Kentucky Derby. We go to all the prestigious galas around town, and we cover it.
Mm-hmm.
We're the only sports show that covers this prestigious events during Derby weekend.
Yeah.
Wake Up 502 with Sean Martin. I mean, we have pictures, videos of stars where we cover professional events, NFL, NBA. I mean, it goes on and on. But I'll take my hat off to Rashawn. I give Rashawn his flies white lip. I said, listen, man, you're one of the baddest guys in this game. I admire you how the way you bring content, continuity to the forefront of sports. And you're so smart, man. You're so gifted in so many areas. You and
The check is in the mail, by the way.
It's going to be 0-0 on it when they get through. But no, you want to get the flyers while they're young, man. That's what I do, man, Gary. But I appreciate Mr. Bruce and Vernon's Bowling Alley for giving me this opportunity.
Absolutely.
And we're going to do karaoke Saturday night here at 9 o'clock. If you guys have a karaoke voice, come here at 9 o'clock Saturday.
And even if you don't, come on out anyway, because Jay Has is still going to sing.
I'm going to sing.
I sound like Luke in the shower.
I'm going to sing. We appreciate everybody taking their time out to come out this morning. And
Yes.
so anyway, like we always do with John Mars, Haven Harrington.
Yes, hey, and make sure you guys go out, wakeup502.com to check out everything going on with the show. Main Event Sports 101.com as well. 502 Crew, get your sign up there. good folks of Down syndrome in Louisville. We will be out there. Gallup Gala coming up on Friday evening. And Jay has, like we like to end every show, without any struggle,
There is no progress.
peace.
God
Appreciate
bless
y'all.
you.